We'll have to go around, or sometimes we'll think that we're about to land and then something happens and we have to go back around. So if any of that happens, it's totally pilot today, and Lieutenant Josh Molzoff will be out there as well. They'll be taking you out, and then Lieutenant Brad Roby and myself will be flying you guys back today. Petty officer is that you follow all their instructions to the T. This is a very high-risk environment out at the aircraft carrier. And
Petty Officer Hardy. If you guys have any questions or concerns during this flight, please feel free to tap us on the shoulder, get our attention, and bring it up to us. First and foremost, we'd like to welcome you aboard Deck 4 of the RC-40 Rawhides. It's a pleasure having you guys out. I'm going to go over a couple of things, safety gear first, and then what you will expect when you do walk aboard the COD today. First of all, we do put it on, zip it up in the middle. Also loosen it or tighten it with this little black tab right here. So, does anybody have any questions with that? No. It's like a little tea bag, kind of dipped in water, makes it green and stuff like that. We just put it on just like this. When you're walking out to the plane, and it velcros on. When we're like I said, when we're going to the aircraft, when we're walking out to the flight deck and landing on the ship and taking off, you will have everything strapped up and your goggles down. Does anybody have any questions? Nope. Aircraft, once you're safely out of the aircraft, that's when we can inflate it by pulling down these bead into it and blow into it, and you can go and inflate it like that. Does anybody have any questions with that? No? When you step aboard, you'll see.
Θεωρητικά θα μας βρούνε με αυτό δηλαδή.
Καλά δεν ακούς τίποτα.
What's the thing? You go out to the airplanes and do police now.
Ποιος είναι?
Πώς να κάνουμε.
Do you guys have an extender?
Yeah, when we get out.
Let's see an extension. Yes, probably go on.
Έσφιξου λίγο.
Alright, the back news for the flight out to the area. Thank you very much.
Βρισκόμαστε στο μεταγωγικό πάνω στο στρατιωτικό αεροπλάνο της Αμερικάνικης Πολεμικής Αεροπορίας, όπου μας μεταφέρει στο αεροπλανοφόρο Χάρη S Truman, όπου σε 2,5 ώρες θα έχουμε προσεγγίσει κάπου στη Μεσόγειο. Δεν γνωρίζουμε το ακριβές στίγμα όπου θα βρεθούμε. Είμαστε όλοι η αποστολή πάνω στο αεροπλάνο, μαζί με τον υποδιοικητή της πτέρυγας της Αμερικάνικης Ναυτικής Βάσης της Σούδας. Θα προσεγγίσουμε το αεροπλανοφόρο που θα μείνουμε για λίγες ώρες εκεί και μετά πάλι 2,5 ώρες επιστροφή. Είμαστε πάνω στο μεταγωγικό στρατιωτικό αμερικάνικο αεροπλάνο. Μας μεταφέρει πάνω στο USS S Truman αεροπλανοφόρο. Είμαστε μια ελληνική αποστολή δημοσιογράφων. Μας έχουν υποδεχτεί το πλήρωμα το αμερικάνικο πάνω στο στρατιωτικό αεροπλάνο. Θα πάμε και μέσα στο cockpit, όπου θα δούμε τον κυβερνήτη του αεροπλάνου και θα μιλήσουμε μαζί του. Μας συνοδεύουν ο υποδιοικητής της Σούδας, της Ναυτικής Βάσης της Σούδας, μαζί με τον κύριο Πολ Φάρλεϊ, ο οποίος είναι υπεύθυνος δημοσίων σχέσεων, και όλο το πλήρωμα μαζί μας συνοδεύουν στη πτήση για το USS Harry Truman.
To the USS Truman aircraft carrier, and we're coming from the U.S. Naval Support Activity in Sudas Bay, and we're going to go out there and spend about 3 hours on deck observing flight operations and see how a U.S. aircraft carrier works at sea.
I'm Commander Demetries A.Grimes. I'm the Executive Officer of Naval Support Activity Sudas Bay, and today we're providing opportunity for the media to come out and see our base, as well as to fly out to one of our units that we're supporting out forward. We're flying on an aircraft that belongs to VRC-40 out to the USS Harry Truman, where you and the rest of your colleagues are going to have an opportunity to see some of our a typical Navy day operating out forward in the Mediterranean. You're going to see the aircraft carrier conducting some flight operations. You'll see what you'll have a unique opportunity to see what most people will never get a chance to see, is our sailors operating forward, performing their duties to support the Navy's forward operations and providing security in the region.
Okay, this is a Navy C-2 Greyhound. We're currently heading out to USS Harry S. Truman, and we're at 21,000 feet. We should be arriving in about a half hour, and then that's where we'll land and take the arrestment on the carrier. About a half hour from here. Right now we're at 21,000 feet, about maybe 20 minutes away from Crete.
Wow.
I have about 1,000 hours and about 100 carrier arrestments. So I've landed on an aircraft carrier about 100 times.
You belong to the Air Force, the American Air Force?
It's the U.S. Navy, actually.
U.S. Navy.
All the pilots you see out here today will be Navy pilots.
Navy pilots.
Yeah, Air Force pilots do not land on aircraft carriers. Only U.S. Navy and Marine Corps.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we're going to kind of split everybody up depending on what they want. Okay. Any chance? Us three guys? Have you guys got another guy who's interested in the aviation element? Yeah. You want to do all drives? I don't mind.
Εδώ, μας τρελάνε, έχει κοσμοτές σήμερα εδώ. Καμπάνα. Πώς το λένε αυτό? Truman. Harry Truman. Αυτό είναι το μεγαλύτερο. Ελάτε να σας βγάλω το Γιάννη. Ελάτε. Έλα με τη δική μου, σας στέλνω μετά. Η εκκλησία εδώ που είναι?
Γιατί θες να πάω να προσευχηθεί?
Μα αυτό είναι το θέμα, ρε τρελέ. Το βερό θέμα.
Βρισκόμαστε στην καρδιά του αεροπλανοφόρου Χάρι Τρούμαν, μέσα στην αίθουσα όπου είναι όλα τα αεροπλάνα φυλασσόμενα και συνομιλούμε με όλους τους ναύτες και τους υπεύθυνους ασφαλείας της αίθουσας αυτής. Έχει πολύ ενδιαφέρον γιατί είναι μοναδική εμπειρία που βρεθήκαμε εδώ μέσα. Μας έχουν υποδεχτεί με πολύ ένθερμη φιλοξενία όλα τα μέλη του πληρώματος και συνομιλούμε, κάνουμε συνεντεύξεις με έναν μοναδικά και με τον πλοίαρχο του Χάρι Τρούμαν, με τον οποίο θα ανέβουμε πάνω στο πιλωτήριο να μιλήσουμε μαζί του.
That's correct.
And you speak Greek.
Μάλιστα.
Θέλετε να μιλήσουμε λίγο ελληνικά? Λίγο όσο μπορείτε.
Εντάξει.
Είσαστε εδώ ιερέας.
Μάλιστα.
Και ακριβώς ποια είναι τα καθήκοντά σας, τι κάνετε στο αεροπλανοφόρο Χάρι Τρούμαν?
Πρώτα κάνουμε τη λειτουργία και τις άλλες ευθύνες σαν ιερέας της Αρχιεπισκοπής Αμερικής και μετά βοηθάμε τους άλλους που δεν είναι Ορθόδοξοι να βρούνε ό,τι θέλουν. Έχουμε Roman Catholic ιερέα, έχουμε και Jewish Rabbi που δουλεύουν μαζί μου και βοηθάμε τους ναύτες να βρούνε αυτό που χρειάζονται. Και μετά δίνουμε συμβουλές σε όλους τους ναύτες, γιατί είναι παιδιά, είναι 18, 19, 20 χρονών και χρειάζονται συμβουλές.
Πόσους Έλληνες έχετε στο πλοίο?
10, 12.
Σας ζητούν βοήθεια?
Έρχονται στη λειτουργία κάθε Κυριακή. Χθες το βράδυ είχαμε παράκλησης, επειδή εορτάζουμε σήμερα κοίμηση Θεοτόκου. Ωραία.
Από πού είναι η καταγωγή σας στην Ελλάδα?
Λεωνίδιον, νομός Αρκαδίας, Πελοπόννησος.
Έχετε οικογένεια εκεί?
Στην Αθήνα.
Στην Αθήνα. Θα θέλετε να τους στείλετε ένα μήνυμα, αν θα σας δουν στο βίντεο?
Γεια σας!
Στην Αμερική που ζείτε?
Στο Norfolk, στη Virginia. Εκεί είναι το home base του Truman.
Είναι εντυπωσιακό πάντως που για 10 άτομα, ενώ το πλήρωμα είναι 4.500 όπως μάθαμε, έχει θρησκευτικό ιερέα που αφορά 10 άτομα.
Για 10 αλλά και για όλους.
Και για όλους ουσιαστικά. Είσαστε κοντά σε όλους.
Μάλιστα.
Σας ευχαριστούμε πάρα πολύ.
Σας ευχαριστώ πολύ.
Και σας ευχόμαστε καλά ταξίδια.
Και χρόνια πολλά.
Και χρόνια πολλά.
Big sound from...
That's good.
We were wearing...
So, well, welcome aboard. I'm the commanding officer. You've met the Admiral and you've met the Chief of Staff. So, I was up on the bridge. That's where I spend most of my time. The bridge is where the aircraft carrier is commanded from. So So I was up there and watched your airplane come in and watched it land. It was a very, very controlled, precise landing. So you were in very good hands. So you know where we are? We're south. Yes.
That's why it's so hot outside. It's really hot.
It is warm. Well, the jet engines make a lot of that heat too. So did you feel any of that jet exhaust when you were walking on the flight deck?
We feel it was really hot outside when we get out of the plane.
Well, the flight deck's a very, very hot place to work. So the jet, you will feel a lot of heat. But we got you off the flight deck pretty quickly. So, but it's an exciting place to work, and it's a very exhausting place to work because of the heat. So
how many are in the ship?
We have about 4,800 right now.
Women and men?
Oh, absolutely. All sexes. I guess only 2 of them, right? Yeah. So about 25% are women.
They are equal in the discipline.
Absolutely equal in every single way.
Really?
In every way. There is nothing on this ship that it is exclusive to a man. Women are eligible to serve in every capacity on this ship. In fact, maybe you'll meet our Air Wing commander later during your visit, and her name is Captain Sarah Joyner, and she is the leader of all the aircraft. So the way the aircraft carrier is organized is there is the ship, which is my responsibility, but when those airplanes embark the aircraft carrier, which means when they join the ship, Captain Joyner, she is responsible for all the airplanes. So we depend on one another, right? An aircraft carrier without aircraft is not very exciting. It's not very exciting.
How many planes do you have?
Oh, I think it's about 65-ish. You know, it changes. It goes up a little bit and it goes down a little bit. So.
I didn't hear you, Captain. You have a woman pilot here. Fly 5 planes.
They fly everything in the United States Navy's inventory. Women fly everything. So Captain Joyner is an F-18 pilot.
Whoa, that's very exciting.
Yes, it is.
Very sexy.
Yeah. I don't use that word, but
but you feel it.
A chance to meet her. So
it would be nice.
And yes, it would. She's around. So, well, good. Well, what questions do you have for me? You've asked some wonderful questions.
Well, I would like to ask about is there any I don't know, the facilities here about giving the option to give a humanitarian mission sometimes in the countries they need some help.
Yes, an aircraft carrier has great capability. To be perfectly honest, the aircraft carrier was not designed as a humanitarian ship.
I know,
but we have great capability. We can make hundreds of thousands of gallons of fresh water a day. And we have great logistic capability with the helicopters. They can move a lot of supplies and equipment if they need to. For example, I think it was the USS Abraham Lincoln that responded to a tsunami in the Pacific in Indonesia. I don't recall how many years ago it was, but it's very capable. The USS Carl Vinson responded to an earthquake in Haiti not that many years ago. So an aircraft carrier can certainly provide much needed services. The best platform, really, though, is what we call an amphibious assault ship. It has a very large hospital on board, and it has lots of.
Can we see this place?
Can
we see the facilities here?
I think if your schedule, I don't know if your schedule has time to show you our
hospital.
Well, I wouldn't call it a hospital. It's our medical ward, but we have an operating room, and we have great capability. But we're really not optimum for a humanitarian crisis. We certainly can respond, but a large amphibious assault ship would be the best platform to respond to such an event. My last deployment was on a ship called USS Cleveland. It was an amphibious assault ship, and we went throughout the Pacific visiting island nations, and we had doctors and nurses and dentists and Seabees who helped repair some of the buildings that had maybe fallen in disrepair. So, but that's a long answer to your question. So yes, we can certainly provide humanitarian assistance, but it's really not at the core of what this aircraft carrier is designed to do. Our primary mission is power projection. That's what we do.
Yes.
We have
how difficult is it for you to be in charge?
Really well. So I have a very talented group of fellow officers who together serve the crew. And so my job is not difficult. I love it. It's a very satisfying job.
The most difficult moment in S Truman air carrier, maybe in the Persian Gulf? What do you remember? One of the most difficult, moments.
So my most difficult moment so far, I've only been commanding officer for a year. Probably maybe sometimes operating the aircraft carrier in very rough seas. So off the coast of the United States in the winter time, when the winds and the seas get very rough, then that is very personally challenging for me because I have to maneuver the aircraft carrier very carefully. Even though it's a massive ship, Mother Nature is a massive force, and so I had to be very careful operating off the United States in the winter time when the winds were more than 50 knots, and we can't have people working on the flight deck in those kind of conditions. So that was a challenging evening. We'll see. Maybe my most challenging moment lies ahead, right? But we're ready. We're very well trained, and we spent a long time preparing for this deployment. We're excited. Many of the crew have never deployed. More than half have never deployed before. But that's a good thing because they're very excited and they're passionate and they're getting to do what they joined the Navy to do, which is to serve their country and deploy overseas and see the world. And so I'm very blessed to have the crew that we do.
How long they are away from their families?
Well, this deployment is 8 or 9 months long.
9 months.
So we left in July, and we know that it's a little bit longer than normal. For most of my career, the typical deployment was 6 months. This one will be a little bit longer at 8 to 9 months, and there's lots of reasons for that. The United States Navy has fewer aircraft carriers now than we did a couple of years ago. We recently decommissioned the USS Enterprise, so we're down to 10 aircraft carriers. So when you have fewer aircraft carriers, we have to stay deployed a little bit longer to make sure we satisfy all the missions.
You guys were supposed to deploy in February.
Having sent their wives and children, back to live with parents, for example, they had put their automobiles into long-term storage. They had moved out of their apartments out in our hometown, and we were ready to go. So it was somewhat of an inconvenience for many of the junior sailors, but they responded very well. They recognized that that change is a part of our lives, and they adapted and they did very, very well. It was really an opportunity for the aircraft carrier to continue training. So from February until July, we continued to train and refine and develop our skills. So although it was a little bit inconvenient, it allowed us to get even better in terms of our skills.
So I'm gonna
gotta go.
Κατεβαίνουμε στα άπειτα. Είμαστε στο υπόγειο που είναι όλα τα αεροπλάνα μέσα και είμαστε με τους ναύτες του USS Harry Truman.
Yes, I'm a woman. I love the life on here on the ship. It's awesome. Have a lot of fun here. I've been in the Navy for 7 years, and I've been on the ship for about a little over 2 years now.
Really?
Yes.
And,
yes, we are pretty equal in things. They don't like to discriminate here. If a man can do it, a woman can do it as well.
Very nice.
Yes. No, actually, I'm working medical, so I take care of the sick people. We give them, if they need medications, we prescribe meds. If they need lab work done, we do lab. They need pictures of the x-rays, the broken bone or anything like that. We have an operating room. We're like a full functioning hospital, just floating around on the water. My name is H.M. Cooper.
And where are you from?
I am from Texas.
Nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you as well.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
From?
I'm from North Carolina.
And what you're doing here?
I work in supply. I pretty much receive everything that comes on board, make sure it gets distributed to the right people. I like it a lot. It's a whole different lifestyle that most people won't ever get to experience, living at work, being at work 24 hours a day pretty much, being on call. Yes.
You miss your family here?
I miss my family every day. I get the email quite a bit, so that's good. But phone calls are rare but nice.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
What's your name?
Harrison Letchworth.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, everyone Caldwell.
Yes.
How you doing?
What you are doing here?
Basically, I'm the leading petty officer of Auxiliaries Division, so any kind of water needs or steam, showers, air conditioning, everything that you want to have, which you don't realize you're missing it until it's not there.
How many hours a day you work here?
We work as long as it takes to get the job done, and we'll do whatever it takes to get the job done safely.
Really? And the other hours, what are you doing here?
We
rest?
Try to rest, work out a little bit, that we come home, changed a little bit. This is my 5th deployment, so same mission, just different people. This is a pretty good crew on here though, so we really like it. Everybody tries to pick up a little hobby. Most people bring out an instrument or try to learn a different instrument. I actually brought out a calligraphy set, try to learn how to draw in different languages. So a little bit different for everybody. Whatever you always wanted to try to do, you have a lot of time on, you can come out here and try to get it done. Yeah, I have a few friends on here. You try to treat everybody like your family because you're actually spending more time out here with them than you are your family back home, so it's nice. I'm from Rayford, North Carolina, but I've been stationed in Norfolk for almost 11 years now. So it's nice. Thank you.
Yes, most of what we do is maintaining good order and discipline on the ship. Just to make sure that everybody's following the rules, regulations, and policies on the ship. The job is pretty easy because most people have a lot of military bearing, so they don't really break the rules very often. We also provide force protection for the ship. So, when we pull into harbors and things of that nature, we have an increased presence. We would respond to it.
Really?
Yes.
Ever something?
No, not yet. This is very rare. We're very careful with what. Usually we work about 14 hours a day.
14
yes.
hours. And the other hours, you sleep?
Sleep, work out, hobbies, things of that nature. Yes.
Where are you from?
I'm from Texas.
Texas.
Yes.
Many people from Texas.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I am an electronics technician, so I basically work on all of the electronics in the helicopter and making sure they're working.
And you?
And I'm a mechanical technician, so I work on all the engines and the transmissions and stuff along those lines.
And where are you from?
Jacksonville, Florida.
Jacksonville, Florida.
You are from the same
Yes.
town. Your friends also?
Yes.
Yes. That's good. It's nice.
out. We'll be out in that area. We'll watch some aircraft moving about, and you'll see a sea of different colored jerseys out there that are really moving about to make it all happen. Every color means a different job and a purpose, so it's all so we can coordinate, and it's kind of like an orchestra out there making making things happen with the aircraft moving about, getting ready for the runway. Everything that you see at a commercial airport, the taxiing, the maintenance of aircraft, the fueling of aircraft, the pre-flight, all of that is happening in the limited space on the flights where we stay together and you go where we tell you to go. We'll keep you safe when we're up there at all times. One thing, another note that you see me take a knee, do one of these things, taking a knee, we'll be all there together with you. If you see taking a knee, go ahead and take a knee because but sometimes it does. It's busy up there, so I want to make sure that you're aware of that. Then lastly, we'll be issuing some personal protective equipment. The float coat you have on here.
Memory card error.
Thank you.
All right, if you're set, let's we'll go ahead and we'll take care of it. Yeah, he doesn't need the gear. He can go out without it. And we let me go sit the fan next to him. Do both on one. 13, I think. He can go upstairs, right? Okay. You can't go on the flight deck. Go ahead and start. Just wait by the ladder if you want to take a camera. But I'll give you a call when we're ready. Okay. Okay.